Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I know I'm usually vlogging, walking around with kids shopping and stuff like that, but today I'm doing something a little bit different because I'm bored and I have it here for a while now. And I've been trying to get it done, so we're going to do it today. So I bought this old Game Boy. As you can see, it's seen its fair days of torture. It does still work though. I know you can't hear it because my mic won't pick up background noises. I have the fan on. Thank God it doesn't, because if not, you'll be hearing the fan. But it still works. I'll put in a flashcard here so you can see that it works still. Put my other glove on. Now we're going to be changing the screen, and we're going to be changing housing that it's in, because you can see it's seen better days. But yeah, it's the old red Nintendo, the way Nintendo intended it to look when it was red back in the day. But I'm going to change it to kind of a Super Nintendo look with a clear inside. A Super Nintendo vibe with some purple buttons inside here as well. And I'm going to bring you guys along for the ride. First, you got to take out the battery. You can't do any repairs or modifications on these things if you don't take out the battery. So take this star out here. I like to use that little thing right there and be very careful so you don't pop that. Actually, the battery's not in bad shape. It does have a little pillow. Never mind. It is pretty old. I don't know if you can see it in there, but it's a slight bend in there. Maybe this camera better. You can see it a little bit better. Maybe not. But we have a new battery as well. And we're going to be putting that in there shortly. Let's just get this out the way. Put this on that side. And then right here, there's also some screws, but these are different. These are tri-screws, so I have to change this out. Take these out. Now, the new kit comes with screws, but I don't like to use the new screws because they strip easily. And I'd rather use the old ones. They've been in there, they're stronger. And I found out that they don't strip as easily. So these also have a tri inside there. That out. I like to organize them. I take them out so I don't get confused later on. I've gotten confused before. And I don't want to get confused now. They're a little bit dirty, but I'm not going to give them the cleaning. I'm just going to leave them the way they are. I'm going to cover it all up once it's inside the new casing anyway. And then this should open up just fine now. There it is. Now, we don't need any of these things in here. And I was actually going to look at something here. Okay, there it is. That's what I want to see, because I have to put this little piece here. I wish this camera was better for you guys. I have to put that little piece into this part here. Kind of a pain in the butt to do. We're going to do it early. Take the little tweezers. We just push it out. Okay. There it goes. Right here. I like to put the tweezers in the hole. I'm going to drop it in there. Nice. And then this right here, we did get a new one right here. And we did get new springs for the top buttons. But I think I'm going to use the old ones as well. They work just fine. but I'm going to change the color of them. They're going to be purple. So we're going to do that now, just to get that out the way. And I'm also going to use, you know what, maybe I will use the new one then. This newer piece here. Right? Yeah. Okay, so this goes like this. But I will use the old screws. I am going to do that the whole time. So these old screws are Phillips. And it has like this black film over it. So I'm going to have to use that black film that came with it as well. Hopefully my gloves don't get in the way. So this new film here doesn't have the holes. I don't think it needs it though. No, it does not. Okay. So I'm gonna use my X-Acto knife, or I'll just use the tweezers to take this out. Let's see if I'm lucky enough. I don't know if that's gonna work out, y'all. I'm gonna have to get in there with my fingertips. Maybe the X-Acto. Let's see. Let's see the X-Acto. Ooh, that's kind of loose. I'll be careful. That thing is sharp. There it is. Okay. Do it from left to right. Hopefully I don't screw up that bad. And that's not perfect, but it's not bad either. We're gonna leave that just like that. And then these are the two screws that came out of the old one. Put those right back inside here. I know a lot of people online see these kind of videos or these pictures on Facebook and the little forums and stuff, and they say, why would you ever want to change your old Game Boy? And but when you have one like that that's pretty messed up, why not give it a new face, a new housing? So that one goes here, this one goes here, and then this part for the power here. I have to figure out a way to get that in there with my gloves on. It's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt to do, but I'll get it. I'll figure it out. And then they have these little pins that come out as well. I don't want to lose this little thing. So the pin goes into, this goes in here. The pin goes in there. Okay. And this has to click inside that. Oh, that came out. That's just fine. Let me just get it seated, and then I'll use the tweezer to push it in place. All right, that's in. Tweezer time. And it's in. That works just fine. Make sure that's seated properly, though. It doesn't feel like it is, but it looks like it is. We'll find out when we put everything back together later, though. There goes one gray button out the way. Same thing on this side. Take this out. Put it in there. Get the little pin. Push it through. That's in. Seat it in place. And then give it a little tweezer love. And that should be just fine. I'm going to move this out the way, put it in the back somewhere over here. So that part is done. Now, take this out the way as well. Continue on with the motherboard. So the motherboard has 3 screws. 1, 2, and 3. I know you guys can barely see it. The camera that I'm using is not the greatest quality. It is an Elgato 1080p camera. Bear with me. Not my 4K camera. They'll probably flip them, right? So these motherboard screws are very important. So I have to place them somewhere different than the other ones. Then this flips up this way. The button came out. And I have to, I don't know if you guys can see inside there. This here has 2 little latches you have to push up. I'm probably not going to use the tweezers for, but I will get my spudger. It's been so long since I've done one of these that I don't remember where all my tools are. I usually have them all together in my little toolbox, but I have a very curious young woman that runs around here. You guys might have seen her. Her name is Emma Lemma. And so she sees me doing things like this and she tries to get into doing them herself, which is not a bad thing. It's pretty cool, actually. But then she starts to take my stuff. She misplaces it. This will do. Something plastic so you don't scratch your motherboard. Push it up. And then slowly the ribbon will come out. And then you have this little piece here for the light. I think I have one there. That's fine. Then this is the speaker, which I don't need because I have a brand new one here. We're going to put that aside. These are the buttons and the membranes, which I also don't need because I have those new as well. We're going to put that also to the side. And I'm going to give it a quick cleaning because it's a little bit dusty in here. Push this up a little bit more. A little dusty in here, and I want to make sure I have good connection because I can see that's really dirty. You guys probably can't see this well, but let's see. Put it up here. No? All right. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I should probably get another camera to face down because the one that I have here isn't the best. All right. Got a little isopropyl. They say to use 90%, but I don't have that right now, so we're going to just use a nice 70%. Put some on the Q-tip there and just a nice little scrubbing on those connectors right here. A little button up here as well. Change the screen. Make sure it's nice and dry. To be as old as it is, man, the motherboard is kind of nice and clean. I'd like to change this to a USB-C, but I don't have those pieces right now. Oh, it looks like somebody's done some work on here. There's a little bit of solder sticking out. Okay. Someone replaced this button, it looks like, at one point. Ooh, that's really dirty. Well, I'm glad that came out because I have a nice color for this one. So let's give that a quick clean as well. This is the volume here. Nice and cleaned up. The charger. And for the link cable, this is the power button down here. Nice and clean though. These are the lights up here. And clean. All right. I don't like that it has that marker on there, but it's okay. Oh, that came right off. Very nice. So the motherboard right now is prepped for the most part anyway. I have put lights on these before. You got to connect a bunch of little wires to this thing. It's a pain in the butt, but I've done them. I wish I had the video to show you. They're gone. I mean, I'll look for it. If I can find it, I'll put it down there. So we're going to put this aside because now I have to do the screen. So we're not going to be... Well, you know what? We are going to be going in here, actually. And the back should come off. Is this all one piece? Oh, that's the first time I've seen this all one piece like that. It's usually two separate pieces. Oh, there's a screw in the middle. Uh-huh. Okay. Green's gonna come out. Let me just make sure it goes back in there. I don't really need the screen anyway, but I don't want to damage it if I can help it. Okay. There's a screw inside here. I forgot about that one. There it is. And that's out. And here goes the old screen. Man, that's seen some better days. That's really dirty. You know, I don't want to damage it. But I do need to take out what's inside these little clips here because they didn't come with the new setup. So I got to take this out. Oh, it's so awkward. I've actually never seen one that came like that already on it. So tight like that. Usually there's a screw that takes this out. And there goes a little piece that I need right inside there, a little black thing. Oh, there it is. Bam. Knew there was something off. Like I said, it's been a while, y'all. Give me a second. Yeah, that comes out. But that's attached. That's the first time I've seen that. I've done like 4 or 5 of these already. There it goes. Perfect. So put that aside as well. As well as a screen. You know, for overall, it's not a bad shape. Not too many scratches. Just some dirt. Not so bad. If anybody wants it, that sees my videos and you want it, just message me out. I don't mind sending them over. Won't be the first time I've done that. Even if you want the old shell, I have like 7 or 8 of them just lying around. If you want them, I don't mind sending them. It's like $2 or $3 to send. Put that aside so I can save it. Now I got to prep the new screen. The new screen, I have to test it before we do anything else because this is a very, very important part of what I'm doing. And it takes forever to get to my house from China. So I don't know exactly which one this is, the name of it. I'll put it in the description below. And I think I remember how to get this done. So yeah, it has a film on it, obviously, right here, so I don't get scratched up. Then there's I believe this goes like this into this thing. And then there's a part where you can solder the wire, but I don't think I'm going to be soldering today. Yeah, there's a part, this part you have to solder. So I'm going to leave that alone. This is for me. I'm not going to be selling it for my use. So I believe this goes into here like that. And then when you fold it up, now it goes like this. So when you fold it up, it goes over and sticks onto the back of this. Just like that. And then this part goes to the top, so you can change the screens, and it has like the menu for the screen, and then this goes into the bottom that goes fed into the motherboard right here, just like that. So let's get that started so I can test it, because it needs to be tested before I do anything else. So there's like a little lip here that you have to push up. Get up in there. Nice. Okay. And I believe it goes this way. And then you close it just like that. Fold it over. And you have to reveal this little part here. I'm not going to do that just yet. I do that just yet because I want to test it out first. So we're going to leave it just like that. Actually going to flip it this way to not create any shorts. Just like this it goes. I'm going to put it on top of this so that way I don't mess with the plastic there. And the motherboard is here. And this goes into the motherboard. And then once that's in there, we use the tweezer to close it. Okay. Now we're going to take the battery that we had. We're just going to connect it down here. To see if it'll turn on. And there it is. So the screen works just fine. Turn it off. Then we have to use the spudger again to take this off. Perfect. Put the motherboard back on this side. Come back to the screen. Take off the little piece of tape that's here. There it is. Fold it over. Tape it on. Good. I don't like how that came folded, but I'm not gonna mess with it because I've done that before and I've snapped them. That's a disaster. And then you have to wait for it to come back, and we're not gonna do all that mess. So that's just fine. Now we're gonna put it into its new home. But before we do that, I'm just gonna set you aside here. Nope, I'm gonna put you over here to be safer. Before we do that, I need to take out those two pieces that I was talking about. So inside here, like a little clipping mechanism. Now you can't hear it because my mic won't pick it up. Yeah, my mic won't pick it up. So I'll usually just... No, that's not gonna come like that. You can just push them out actually. Whoa. There goes one. A little bit of pain in the butt, but I'll get it out. So I think it's the left side is the most important one, because the left side is the one that actually has to go in the proper way. So I have to get this set up right here to put it into that, because that has to go in there first. Just got to finish pushing that out. Goes one. And there goes the other one. And there goes my screw as well, my screwdriver. So this one has to go in first. First, I'm going to change that. I don't want that to be red. Now I have some purple ones around there somewhere. gonna take one from here. This little purple thing for the volume. I did take out the other one, so that one's gonna go actually on the motherboard right after I do the screen. And then these are the other screws, the other buttons. So we have to figure out which way this goes in. Put it in like this first and see. Perfect. That's exactly how I wanted it to go in. First try. So they have like a little groove. You just got to push the groove in. It's in place. And then it'll snap. This is exactly what I was looking for. So thank goodness that's out the way. All right, so let's get this stuff out of here. Kind of hard. I don't have a big space. My desk is kind of small. I got a bunch of screens and keyboards and stuff. But I'll make do. Come out pretty nice already, guys. It's just that part, huh? Okay. So now we have to get the screen fitted. So we're going to push this little piece right through the little slit that it has there. And the screen goes in here. Just like that. And now this little piece here has to go pushed in down here. There's usually a bracket that this comes with. Does this even fit in here? That won't even fit inside the case. I don't know why this even comes with it if it won't fit inside there. That's not good. Yeah, it won't fit inside. All right. We're not using that. I think that'll hold in there just fine, actually, without that big mess. Okay. But there's something else I should have did before I did all this. And that's take off the film. Then this goes rolled up. Into the little slot it goes. Just like so. Let's push that back down, that little sticker right here for the menu. Close that bad boy up. Those are clicks. Click, clickety, click, 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 click. The ribbon is coming out. Very nice. That's going to be a pain in the butt to stick it to the motherboard, but we'll figure it out. So that has to cover that up. So. And I believe that was a star screw right here. Then you lift up the ribbon. Throw that bad boy back in. And then on the inside were the 5 tri-screws that are right here. Now this part, I gotta be very careful not to scratch the screen. And not to go in too tight, so I don't strip the screw, and also squeeze the screen because you'll see some weirdness going on with the screen if it's too tight. Okay, last one's right here. All right. I'm not gonna put on the screw coverage just yet until I know that everything is working and everything is good, because then I'm gonna have to reopen it and that's gonna be a pain in the ass. So we're not gonna do that right now. What I want to do is, though, hit the buttons on. So the B button goes here. The A button goes there. The directional button goes there. This little button over here goes up top in the middle here. And I'm missing the start and select button. I don't know why I didn't take that out. Put the membranes on. Nice clear membrane. I think that's how it goes. No, it definitely goes like this. Yeah, that's how it goes. That one goes up here. Now, when I'm gonna put this onto the motherboard, I guarantee you they're gonna come off. They always do. Because I had to kind of stretch it out this little into the motherboard to have it sit there. Hopefully it stays in place. Probably not going to. Wishful thinking. We're gonna take the motherboard out. And that piece has to go inside here. So we're gonna have to kind of maneuver it. Inside there like that. And put this on top, just like that. I forgot one thing. The speaker. Brand new speaker. And then this just lift up right here. Okay, now I want to put the volume button back on, which is this little thing. So I probably did that when it was up, right? There goes volume. Okay. Buttons, everything's on. Volume's on. 3 screws, important. The 3 motherboard screws from earlier are right here. They're Phillips. One in the middle. One here. One on the left. And then we're going to bring it over to this back piece. And we're going to fit it in nicely. Very nice. So far, so good. Okay. Now we're going to put this screw in first. These two here, I believe, are these 2 top ones. Now I think I'm going to use the new screws just because I misplaced them. But luckily I have packs of new screws all over the place. So these are all Phillips, which is perfect. And they're all the same size. So one goes here. One goes here. Uh-oh. Goes the other one. Right there. That one goes there for when I'm closing the doohickey. So let's put the other screws back in. 4 screws here. They're right here. These are the tri-wing. I wish I had a better one, honestly. This tri-wing is kind of small. I don't know if these are other tri-wings in here. I don't know if that one's one. That was kind of small too. You know what? We're gonna go with the little tools that it came with. Why not? Why not? Go down here. Oh, that's the wrong one. And it goes inside there. And goes the last one. Very nice. I'm gonna give it a test because why not? The easy flash in there. We're gonna put its new battery in here. Hopefully it has some charge. New battery. And then we're just gonna give it a test while the battery's open like that. See what it does. That's beautiful. That is a thing of beauty. And this is the... Oh, that's so awesome. Okay. It works. Let's finish it up. We have to cover that up. And then put on our screw protectors. Screw covers, I should say. Oh, right in my face. I'm going to put the clear one on because I want to see the battery. That's part of the aesthetic, right? And here goes the last screw. And it is a tri-head. I don't think that screw belongs there. Let's get a Phillip in there. I think that's a Phillip one that's supposed to be in there. These are all tries. You know what? I think I messed up. Yep, I didn't put the inside this, so we're gonna have to take this back apart. Okay. And where were we? I think she's done, guys. I gotta put the back in there right now, and then I'm gonna take off the EQ I have on my mic so you can hear it. Okay, so now I've taken off the noise suppressor from my microphone so you guys can hear how beautiful it sounds. Hopefully it picks it up. So let's move the mic closer. Well, let's see. So beautiful. So nostalgic for me. Let's go even further. All right, so off camera, I put the screw covers on. Ooh, that's gonna irk me a little here there. I've cleaned her up a little bit. I put a new screw there because I lost that one. I don't know where it went. And since back on camera, and this is the ending of the video. Ooh, I see something inside it that's gonna bother me. I'm probably gonna have to fix that later on, but it looks like the ribbon might come out. So I'm probably gonna have to fix that right there. Okay, but I have also scored me some cool little old school holders for this bad boy. And so let's put them on and see how it looks. Oh yeah. Also, one of these bad boys. It goes right in the back of here. Now, looks like a plane, a little fighter jet. But there goes my super advanced. If you guys made it this far, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. This is my first time doing something like this. And sorry that this camera's good, but this camera, not so great. When I do another one like this in the future, because I always do, this is one of my hobbies. I like to do this once in a while. I'll have a better camera. So, thanks for watching.